We're flooded with updates, alerts, and avatars, yet rarely touched by anything real. Always online, always surrounded, but unseen, unheard, and unfelt. Technological progress promised us connection, but somewhere along the way, it rewired us. And now, even surrounded by people, we feel alone. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a state, a signal, a wound. Some learn to armor their softness with silence, especially men, shaped by codes of composure, are handed a limited palette, drive, defiance, discipline. But what gets buried beneath the surface doesn't vanish. It gathers, it waits, and it speaks in loneliness no one taught them how to name. Men were taught to connect through action, not feeling. And when life inevitably cracks through heartbreak, aging, career shifts, most men find they have no one to fall back on. Additionally, the shift to remote work and the gig economy didn't just change how we earn, it changed how we connect. Gone are the coffee breaks, team lunches, late night project bonding, and in its place, silence, distance, a void where community used to be. And without strong social ties, some turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse or mental health struggles. Women face a different storm, pulled between career, caregiving, and emotional labor, often without rest, without thanks. Social media amplifies the pressure. Be beautiful, be productive, be everything, all at once. The image of connection replaces the reality of it. We perform our lives for others while growing emptier inside. Social media blurs the line between public and private. Suddenly, everything feels like a stage, and we're all performers editing ourselves for an invisible audience. But keeping up that performance, it's exhausting. It drains you. The pressure to always appear happy, successful, or put together feeds burnout. And over time, it chips away at your confidence. You start chasing likes and comments like they mean something. And for a moment, they do. A little rush, a dopamine hit. But when it fades, you're still alone, still disconnected. Digital communication strips away what makes us human. Online interactions are often superficial. They lack the warmth of tone, body language, and immediate feedback we get face to face. Now we're left guessing what others feel and fearing we're being ignored. Delayed replies feel like rejection. No explanation, no context, just silence. And behind the screens, people say what they'd never say in person, shielded by distance, emboldened by anonymity. It chips away at trust, it erodes accountability. And the connections we build, they start to feel shallow, fragile. And over time, we forget how to speak without a keyboard. Every conversation leaves a trail, a screenshot, a chat log, a voice memo stored in the cloud. And in the digital world, nothing truly disappears. Private thoughts can be leaked, honest words twisted. One moment of vulnerability weaponized forever. These online patterns bleed into real life. We censor ourselves not to connect, but to protect. Our relationships suffer, romantic or platonic. Everything becomes transactional. As we move away from in-person connection and into a world of online exchanges, something starts to break down. Conversations aren't conversations anymore. They're preloaded with assumptions, shaped before a word is ever spoken. And with that shift, something else fades too, our ability to read people, to sense who someone really is. Instead of building relationships on depth and understanding, we start settling for what's easy, what's convenient. That distorts genuine interaction, replacing it with performance and guardedness. Additional social skills like empathy, listening, and eye contact also suffer. We become cautious, hesitant, and less open, making connection harder. Online culture has reshaped how we interact, and not always for the better. The constant need to socially calibrate ourselves to fit in with internet norms, it often leads to cliquish behavior. People become less open, more defensive, and way more likely to take offense or be misunderstood. And when conflict arises, we lack the tools to repair it. Urban life intensifies the divide. Small spaces, fast living, no time to feel. And children, they're being raised by tablets. Play. Once a teacher of empathy and resilience is replaced by apps and screens. Conflict resolution outsourced to Google. Curiosity crushed by digital rules. This is the soil in which modern loneliness grows, where connections are surface level, where presence is performative, and where attention is always elsewhere. In adulthood, connection takes work. No built-in friendships, no lunch breaks, no play dates, just schedules, logistics, excuses. We don't just drift, we disengage. We trade connection for comfort. We avoid the awkward check-in, the overdue reply, and then wonder why we feel so far away. And with a culture that praises self-reliance and economic success, many also blame themselves for their loneliness, ignoring deeper social and biological forces at work. There was a time when connection was effortless. You didn't need the right emoji, a clever DM, or perfect lighting. It happened in the in-between moments, shared secrets, laughter between classes, walks without a destination. But now something's different. We've built a world where every moment is monetized, optimized, tracked. And in chasing more speed, more exposure, more attention, we've lost something human. The modern brain wasn't made for this. Behind the burnout is biology. Your stress hormones, cortisol especially, flood your system not just during a crisis, but from the chronic hum of tension in everyday life. Deadlines, drama, constant scrolling, it wears down your metabolism. And over time, even simple interactions feel hard to face. We're surrounded, but starved. Starved of presence, of warmth, of real human rhythm. We've replaced conversation with commentary, intimacy with likes, meaning with metrics. And we're tired, not just emotionally, but biologically. This digital age has hijacked the very systems we rely on for connection. But connection, true connection, doesn't die. It waits. It waits beneath the algorithms and filters. It waits in silence, in honesty, in the pause between replies. It lives in presence, and presence requires energy, real energy. The kind that isn't stolen by dopamine loops and cortisol surges, but built through rest, rhythm, nourishment, and clarity. This exhaustion dulls critical thinking, emotional depth, and resilience, the very qualities needed for genuine connection. Yet, a small minority resist the fog. They maintain mental clarity and stamina to see beyond distractions, noticing the cracks in the world many overlook. But that clarity often brings further isolation. While others chase dopamine hits from likes and notifications, these individuals find few peers who can match their depth of thought or conversation. Their loneliness stems not from physical separation alone, but from a growing gap in perception and experience. They seek more than company. They seek true understanding. At Apophenia, we explore the hidden biological and social forces shaping loneliness today. Loneliness isn't just in your mind, it's in your body too. Stress keeps your cortisol levels high, locking your system into survival mode. This constant fight or flight state drains your energy and suppresses motivation. Dopamine, the fuel for desire and reward, becomes depleted. Without it, joy fades and reaching out feels harder every day. Your mitochondria, tiny energy producers in every cell, slow down, leaving you tired even after rest. These biological changes create a feedback loop, deepening isolation and making connection feel impossible. But awareness brings power. By understanding how your biology and behavior intertwine, you can start to break the cycle. Apophenia isn't just a forum, it's a space to reflect, learn, and grow. From addiction to burnout, from emotional resilience to metabolic health, we uncover root causes, not just symptoms. Loneliness is hard, but it's not your fault, and it's not permanent. The first step is understanding yourself, your biology, your mind, your place in a changing world. You can join today, no cost, no catch, just clarity. Start by accessing our free guide below and begin the journey back to yourself.